Hello, everybody. This is Brad Reed, and I am echoing. There we go. This is Brad Reed. I am a real life trader with Real Life Echo, and I'm here reminding you to be good. And by good, I mean get out of debt and achieve your financial dreams. I've been getting some questions lately about how I search, and so I would thought that maybe, you know what, let's just turn this whole thing off. I am starting from scratch. This is my desktop and what it looks like. So if I come up here, let's see, I want to launch a new Google Chrome window. There it is. Oh, and look what it defaults to, reallifetrading.com. I turn on a couple of windows, and the first one I'm going to go to is the stock market watch.com. Now I have some, let's see. Okay, so this goes to their main page. This is the stockmarketwatch.com. I click right down here where it says pre-market, and I click on that. And then it rolls to this pre-market list. And what this does is it shows me the top gapping up stocks and the top gapping down stocks. Now, usually I like looking at the top gapping down stocks or the top losing stocks most because people are generally react more to losing money than to gaining money, and the gap downs tend to go faster and work better. For some reason lately, and lately by I mean February of 2015 and the first part of March 2015, the market has been so crazy bullish that even gap downs have turned into bullish trades. So um, let's start just for this time with the top gaining stocks. And the first thing I look at is the percent change. And if it has gapped more than about 15, 16%, it really doesn't work for my strategy. Like this one here has gapped 9,427%. Doesn't really work for my strategy. These first two are penny stocks. They've gapped too much. Let's see, let's come down here. And I've got one here that gaps 13%. So this will be the first one that I look at. The second thing that I look for is the price. I want it to be over $5. And if it's over $10, that's even better. So I'm going to right click on NERV and say open link in new tab. And then I pretty much just go down the list and click and open them in a new tab. Now this one is less than $5, so I'm going to skip it. This one's less than $5, so I skip it. This one's less than $5, then I'm going to skip it. This one is greater than $5, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in a new tab. Herbalife, I did not look at that this morning. So let's see. So I keep going down, and just for the sake of the video, I am going to, oh man, wouldn't you know it? Uh, when I was doing my research before the video, the one I was looking for is not there anymore. All right, so let's just wing it and see what we get. So I would look, let's see, I've already done research on EVGN and that does not meet my criteria. So let's take a look at EJ, whatever that is, and HBI and Sony corporate ads. And then I go through one by one and I start looking at these tabs. When I come down here, I see the price and the action that it did yesterday. Then I see the pre-market quote. So this one's gonna, looks like it's gonna open at 6.89. But the very first thing I wanna look at is the volume. And I see the volume down here is less than 1 million shares per day on average. So this one does not meet my criteria. So I just turn off the tab. And when you do this for a couple of weeks, you can get really fast at seeing low volume and you just turn it off. Now this one trades 2.5 million shares a day. So let's go take a look. The pre-market quote is at 47.10. So now I want to know, will this clear a key pivot point? I see yesterday's candle was green and it's gapping up. So that means it'll be a retest gap. Let's go take a look at it on a chart. So I go to TradingView. And I'm just going to bring up, let's see, I share this with the real life trading staff. And so I'm going to have to pull up my settings. Here's a neat little trade we did on American Airlines yesterday afternoon in Jeremy's session. And you see this up here where the target, I sold like a few pennies from the very, very high. I got to tell you, I just got lucky. I got tired, decided I wanted to take a nap, and I dumped it. But that turned out to be a 2.88 hour trade, I believe. Let's see. I wanted to look at NERV. No, AKRX was the one. And let me turn this over to a daily because I want to see where it's gapping to. And it said it was gapping to 47.10, so I like to come over here with this little arrow dealy bopper. That's the technical thing for it, dealy bopper. And I put an arrow over there at 47.10. So now, is this gapping to a good location, yes or no? It is clearing all of the EMAs, that's a good thing, but last time stocks opened up in this area, looks like most of the time they were bearish. The top of this big bearish candle, looks like that's a shaved top candle. Yeah, it's, well, by 1 penny, it's not a shaved top candle, but that's enough. I'm going to call it one. The top of these candles is very strong resistance, and so I see this candle got close to that, went down. This one actually touched it and then went down. This one touched that area and went down. So the fact that this is going to open really close to this resistance area does not really pique my interest in trading this thing bullish. So I'm probably going to skip this one. However, it is nice to look at TradingView and see an average of nearly 3 million shares. So it does indeed meet the criteria, but the gap is just not in a good location. So I'll turn that one off and let's see what Herbalife is doing. 2.5 million shares in volume. It's gapping up to 36.78. I can see right here on this chart that 36.78 is not going to be above the wick of this candle. So I'm just going to turn that one off. EJ is gapping to 6. 6 is below this area here. It does have good volume though, so I turn it off. And this is literally about the speed that I can go in the morning. This one is gapping up to 34.50. This one does look like it will be clearing a pivot point. It does have good volume, so let's go take a look at it on TradingView. HBI is the ticker. It does have, looks like it has broken out of a consolidation area 2 days ago. This would have been the best day to trade it. Can confirm down here, volume is 2.71 million on average per day. And it's gapping up. So for me, I'm going to draw a line there. The high of this candle is 34.17, as it says here, 34.17. So I can come over here and draw a horizontal line at 34.17. And if my mouse doesn't get it in exactly the right place, I can right click on that line, come down to format, and make sure coordinates is selected, and say 34.17. And I believe this one was going to open at 34.50. It is. So I can put a little dealy bopper at 34.50. This is a bullish candle here. It's gapping up. That'll be a retest gap. So that one I would like to keep. So I'll come down here and say save as. And I'm going to save this one as HBI. I'm going to make the date March 18, 2015, because that's when I'm recording this video. And it creates me a new tab, and I just scoot that over there. And for some reason, TradingView lately has been going back to the ticker, but I put it back like it was. And let's see, it looks like I get to redraw this. This is just a recent thing with TradingView, and I'm sure they will fix it quickly. So I will go back here and make that 17. And I will put my arrow in there. And I have a retest gap that I can look at when the market opens. So I will do that for the entire list. Oh, here's another interesting one to look at. This one is Sony corporate ads. So not the big company Sony, but Sony corporate ads. It is trading over 1 million per day, but see all these gaps? There's gaps everywhere in this stock. So the people that trade this stock are very accustomed to gaps. And so even though it does look like it's going to be clearing this swing high right here, I'm not going to trade it just because this the traders of the stock are used to gaps, and any gap that happens this morning would not be surprising to them. So therefore, it does not meet the criteria of my gap trading strategy. So I'll just turn that off. So that's what I do before the market opens. Now, what if all of the trades, like let's say this one looks like Hanes Brands, it doesn't work out, or for some reason I don't like it, or I decide that, hey, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a huge gap, 6, 7 enormous bullish candles in a row, or 6 candles in a row of bullish movement with a huge gap in there. It's unlikely that this thing is going to continue trading bullish, so I just don't like it, and I don't find anything. Well, then I go over to a website called barchart.com. And the first thing I do is click on here where it says stocks. And then I come down here to where it says gap up stocks or gap down stocks. And let's just start with gap up stocks. Now, when I'm recording this video, the market has not opened. So this is showing me the gap ups from yesterday, Tuesday, March 17th. Then I go click on where it says technical. And this is a trick that I was shown by Dr. Chris Irwin. Thank you, Chris, for showing me this trick. And then I sort by 20-day average volume. When I click on that, it gives me the highest volume stocks at the top, and I see Apple gapped up on March 17th, Facebook gapped up on March 17th, MGM Resorts gapped up, AAL, American Airlines traded that one. At any rate, we get the whole list here of things that gapped up. So that is how I do my research. Before market, I go over here to Stock Market Watch, and I click on all of these that meet my criteria. And then if I have time, I do the gap down list. If I don't find things that I want to trade after the market opens, I go over here to my gap up list and I take a look at these and see how they are trading, if they gapped to a good location. After I check out the gap up list, I can click over here and watch the gap down list. And again, go over here to technical, sort it by the average day, the 20-day average volume, and then I can check the gap down list. And then if I don't see anything, I go back to bed. But that is a quite extensive way to do research. You should be able to look at 50 to 70 of the best tickers for that day according to the gap up or gap down strategies that Jeremy Newsom has on Real Life Trading website. And that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, brad@reallifetrading.com. If you haven't checked out the videos yet, there are stock trading videos on how to trade the gaps that I just showed how to research. And come on, internet, if it pops up quickly, there we go. You can click on this link at the top here that says day trading. And then there will be 4 day trading videos for you to look at. Each of those are about 15 to 20 minutes. So in less than an hour and a half, you can see all 4 of these videos on how we trade gaps. Jeremy will probably repeat a little bit of the research that I just showed, but that is how I, Brad Reed, a real life trader, do my research. Thanks for watching. And as always, trade on logic, not on hope. Have a good one, everybody.